you for joining us for our very first video in our new VacationLand Federal Credit Union Connections podcast series.
Today we are chatting with Dave Karikas and Heather Bussey with Preferred Planning Associates. They are going to share some financial planning advice that we feel is important for all of our members to know.
Thank you, Kaylee. So, Dave, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good, absolutely. So, what inspired you to become a financial advisor, and what does World Financial Day mean to you personally?
Well, back when I started in the business, the main purpose getting in the business was to provide a service to people and to help people more than anything. And I started at Northwestern Mutual in Toledo, and in 1990 came here to the credit union, and I felt that by coming here, I was stepping up those two goals and objectives that I had. And as it turned out, it definitely did. I've been able to help a lot of people over the years and provide a financial management service that we still have today.
So, we're 100 members over the years, I would
Yes,
think.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could share one universal money principle that everyone should live by, what would that be?
Well, there's a ton of them, but I would say nickels and dimes add up. A lot of times people think that if they don't have X amount of dollars to start with, they shouldn't bother. But typically, I tell people all the time, start with a manageable amount, set it aside, and let it build. And it will add up. Nickels and dimes do add up, and you'll be amazed over time what that'll do for you.
Pennies add up to $1 sooner or later, don't they?
And sooner or later, you
Absolutely.
have a buck.
Absolutely. So what would you say is the most common mistake you see people make with their finances, and what would you recommend, and how would they avoid it?
Well, again, it comes down to goals and objectives, the purpose of what you're doing, why you're doing it. And in a lot of cases, I've seen people start a really nice plan, things are going well, and then something comes up to sidetrack them. And next thing you know, they stop doing what they were doing that was in the process of helping them. And once you stop, it's a lot of times hard to get back into the groove.
Maybe if there was a major life event or something like that.
Correct. And also, I think, there's things out there that people should plan for that they don't. One of the big things that I talk about is car repairs, because I buy old cars, but I know I'm going to have car repairs, so I systematically set money aside every pay, knowing that I'm probably going to have some type of car repair. So when it comes up, it's not a big deal. I'm not sacrificing other assets or resources to take care of something like that.
Yeah, most definitely. How should individuals balance saving for emergencies, paying off debt, and really investing for the future?
Well, again, I think what it comes down to, real simple, you have to develop a disciplined savings habit, so to speak. You want to put money away every chance you get, and then you prioritize. Plan, prioritize, and protect is a big one I used years and years ago. Is you decide what you want to do and you work towards it, and you do your best to continue to build, and then when you have your emergencies and your debts and your long-term planning, you have to again prioritize that and make sure that you're applying the resources to the right objectives, so to speak, as far as what you're looking to deal with. And typically my attitude is start saving first, get the savings built up, and then you typically work from there. Because if you've got that disciplined habit of saving money, that's worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely. And for the young folks and our young members, for someone just starting off in their financial journey, what are the first 3 steps you'd recommend?
Well, the first thing I always tell people, in fact, depending on how far back we go and where we start the journey, if you start at birth, you need a savings account. And it's important, I think, for parents to teach the kids the importance of saving. You can do that at a young age. And as they get older, again, it becomes more and more of a habit. And saving money can, again, create other opportunities. And also when they hit 15, get them a checking account. When they hit 18, get them a Visa, a credit card, and teach them the value of it, how it's to be used. And it's amazing how those types of things can blossom into financial success for not only yourself but the kids. And the beauty of having something here is just the fact that everything's linked to your account, so you can watch it, monitor it, and make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to.
Excellent advice. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Okay. Hi, Heather.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Katie?
Good. Okay. So how do global events like inflation, technology shifts, or climate change impact everyday financial planning?
Well, those things are happening each and every day, and they do have an effect on it. but that's where diversification helps combat that. And so you can be more at peace knowing that you're able to withstand and go through those kinds of things. And that's where, working with a financial advisor can help make sure you are where you need to be to stay ready.
Okay, what role does financial literacy play in bridging the wealth gap across communities?
Financial literacy is so important. And unfortunately, even in the schools, a lot of schools don't teach that. So like Dave said, you need to get that at a young age. And by teaching kids, about saving and investing or just managing debt and not spending more than you have, those kinds of things, need to be taught early. Or whenever you're picking that up, that's just you can pass that down and pass it down to the next generation. And once they have that financial literacy, they're empowered and, will become even more successful.
Cassidy and I actually go to the schools every now and then and do a financial literacy course for typically middle schoolers to try to get them to know a little bit more. And I always tell them how important it is.
It is awesome, yes.
Okay, what tools or strategies do you personally use to stay on top of your own finances?
Right now, like obviously having the online tools, for online banking and that kind of thing makes it so convenient. And my husband and I got on the Dave Ramsey plan when we got married. And so, we've always done that. And just having a budget and sticking to it is what, we've always done. And it works for us and very important.
What's a money myth that you wish people would stop believing?
One big one to us, I guess, is that you don't need a lot of money to start saving. You see commercials that if you have all this, then you can invest. No, you have $5, you can open up that savings account or whatever and start there and build and grow. So whatever you have, don't get discouraged by what you're hearing. Just start whenever you can, even with a small amount, and you will be successful.
What trends do you see shaping the future of personal finance over the next 5 to 10 years?
Obviously, with technology, a lot of changes and things are more accessible, which is a good thing, and it helps you to just stay on top of it more too. Obviously, AI is going to be in the picture in many different ways, but it's a greater demand too for financial guidance and that kind of thing, I think too, as it's more available and you're looking at it all day long or whatever. So that's, again, a reason to be in touch with others.
If you could give your younger self one piece of financial advice, what would it be?
Again, saving right off from the start. I feel like we repeat that over and over again, but just out of school, even right then, just start saving.
Always important. What's one actionable tip our listeners can implement today to improve their financial health?
A couple things. One, have a budget. And another thing is just creating a plan. And again, that's something Dave and I do as far as come in, get your goals and objectives together and help you figure out a route for you to take to be able to meet those goals and just get you on that path. Small steps, and we all start in a different place. But once you're on it, again, we're there to encourage you and get you going and keep you going in the right direction. So,
anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Great information. Great information. Thank you.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for this first video of our Connection podcast series at VacationLand Federal Credit Union. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have a good day.